Hello, welcome. I'm so excited. It's Thursday night, and that means it's Spilled Ink. Welcome to the Comix Wellspring live drawing show, Spilled Ink, where we're spilling the ink and spilling the tea every Thursday night. And of course, I'm your host, Brandon Bloxdorf. You know what? No wonder this entire intro fell off. I'm here trying to give my spiel, and I noticed there wasn't any background music. For those who don't know, we put on the soft lo-fi because we all get so focused that we end up being quiet for a second. It just breaks the awkwardness for everybody, and that got awkward. So, back to that. I'm excited. I'm starting a new page right now. I finished the page I was doing the last 2 weeks, so I think this is going to be it for this little book. And I'm already kind of formatting it on my iPad, and I'm going to toss into Affinity and then make a bunch of zines on my printer. So it'll be a good time. Hopefully by next week, I'm closer to actually being. Oh man, no. Well, I have another project that just came up and I got to talk to Max about it. So we'll get to that. So, hello, my amazing, awesome, wonderful, spectacular co-host, Max Flowers. What are you working on tonight?
I am working on a giant double page spread action style comic, but it's about salmon.
I love that. What is this for fun? What's this for? Is this for like an event?
Show. Yeah, this is for the gallery show. But I wanted to do something that was a little more, traditional Western comics for it, and just go crazy all out on some action panels of salmon.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get like a collection of all your fish stuff, like eventually, like in a hardcover, nice coffee table book. You know what I mean?
That'd be fun.
And we have a pretty packed cast tonight, lots of returning people and a newcomer. So we'll actually get to our new person last so we can learn all about them. But let's do a little roundtable. Hobbs, you're the first one on my screen. Dude, this is week 3?
Week
4?
3, yeah. Third character. Working on a skateboard deck for 4 Color Fantasies charity. They do it every year. It's mostly sketch covers, but Eric handed me a skateboard deck and said, do this. And I couldn't say no. And here I am. But I'm doing my favorite characters from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The background motif is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles background from like the old toys. And so another artist made this, whose name I forget. I'm sorry. But he made this, and then somebody commissioned him to make this, and then they laminated the board, and then each one of these yellow spots is blank. And so I took that, and then I decided to do my favorite characters from when I was growing up. And so I've got Usagi, I've got Wingnut and Screwloose, and then this is going to be Worm, and then this piece of plastic is going to be Mugman and Joe Eyeball. So I'm like, I'm more than halfway through, and I'm gonna hopefully power it out. I got my inspiration right here, and we'll see how that goes. So, thanks for having me.
That's sick. I know you've been on mute the last couple of times, so I'm glad we got all the info on that as well. Dude, that's sick. I know you're gonna be focused. I'm so hyped to see what you get done tonight. You've been making progress. Me too. Dude, Jeff, hello, man. You've been pumping through this book, and you did all the pencils. You're on to inks. What is left? What are you doing tonight?
I'm as you mentioned, I'm working on my first solo book, Finding Kismet, for Apollo City, and we got a Kickstarter in June. So I'm on the inks for it, so it's written, fully penciled, and I'm inking page 15 of 24 right now. And yeah, I got 3 months to get through the inks, which is the easy part, but then colors and stuff, which I've never really done before. So that'll be the fun adventures ahead. But yeah, so far so good.
I love that. Oh man, that's gonna be fun. Again, I love watching the progress on the show, which is always great. And so we have Mark returning. Dude, you're working on something new tonight? Did you finish volume 3?
Yeah, I'm almost finished. I'm on page 50 of Frankie Crossroads, but I decided to put Frankie aside for a little bit and start on something that I've been working on. It's called Lunar Hare, and it's about a population of rabbits that live on the moon. And I got that idea from a Chinese legend about if you can see a rabbit in the moon. So I'm on page 9, and I'm going to be inking some letters, and so.
Oh man, that's exciting, dude! I'm so hyped to see this new project. I can't wait to see it in print as well, which will be exciting.
Right. Well, thanks for having me again.
Always pleasure to have you. You always bring out some great stories and good combo, so it's a good time every time. But yeah, let's see who else we got. Tanner over here, dude. Good
Hey,
having
what's
you
up,
back
man?
on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I love the Batman mug. What are you working on tonight?
I'm doing a little fan art piece. Here, hold on, let me lift it up. So it's a little like Jujutsu Kaisen, Pokemon, like mashup little fan art piece. I'm trying to get more things done so I could start like tabling. So some of those things will be fan art, and this is what I'm working on.
Oh, I love that, dude. Sick.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna color traditional digitally or?
So it'll probably be done digitally. I'm gonna do like kind of like monochrome, like spot colors, but it's mainly gonna be like ink washy, like black and white. I'm gonna add digital halftones to it. So that's the direction I think I'm gonna go. But
Oh, sick. Cool. It'll be great to see what you do tonight too. I can't wait to see more of your fan art because your anatomy is very. You've been drilling at it, and it's getting really unique as well. So I can't wait to see how you put it into like figures and characters at this point.
yeah, dude, I appreciate it.
Of course. And so we got also a new person joining us tonight, Lauren Mays, Robotic Pastries. How are you? Thank you so much for coming on the show as well.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm doing great today. Thank you for having me on the show. That's my first time on here, so I'm pretty excited. Really, what I'm working on is a character design for a comic that I recently announced that I have been developing since around September, November last year. Sweet Paradise. So very, let's say, Transformers kind of mech inspired comic, and I wanted to kind of express my love of robots through that. So it's been a challenge, but it's been really fun working on it.
Oh, that's so cool. You know, robots are something I need to take on. I've drawn a couple, and I always want to go like Gundam level with robots, and realizing like, oh, you got to kind of pace yourself on that. What are some of your favorite like robot characters or inspirations for this?
Oh gosh, I have so many. But I know like a huge favorite, of course, is Optimus Prime. But then I also discovered like some other animes. Like I don't know if you ever heard of like the Brave series. There's Brave Police, Brave of I think it's Goldran. It's stuff like that. The ones that just kind of have like a high energy, fun energy to them. Gundam's really awesome too. But I've always been a fan of like the anime where the robots are kind of more sentient. So that's the kind of stuff I've always been drawn to.
Oh, that's cool. I'm trying to think of the last robot thing I was just watching. Because I know I went through like a really big phase, especially at one point. Because there's so much you could do with that too. They're kind of like literally the most customizable thing you could do. You can make anything a robot, and that's kind of fun.
Genuinely. And that's kind of what I'm doing here as well. Like this guy is actually based off a fridge and mini fridges.
Oh wow! Okay.
Say what? What again? He's based on a mini fridge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
all the robots are based off of either food or conventional items.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool! I can't wait to see more of this. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting it together. Right now, it's I finished the script and have all the thumbnails down. I just have some extra character designs to finish off.
Oh, cool. And so you work digitally? Do you do traditional work, or does it digital just kind of where you fall to?
Digital is where I mainly default to. I would like to get back into traditional. I hadn't done it in honestly a long time. I had really taken to digital ever since I first got a tablet way back. But I would like to get better at doing traditional art. It's a lot more permanent, so it takes a steadier hand, but it's really, really nice look once you get the hang of it. Like all you guys
Yeah.
up there.
I mean, I try to bounce back and forth between the two for sure. Especially with what I'm doing on this book, I kind of pencil and ink it traditionally, but then I add a lot of like halftones and whatnot digitally, and then I just kind of do some edits from there as well. So, and I think I did. Oh yeah, I did like 4 pages last year, all digitally, just to test that out. But it's pretty good to like know that you could do both to an extent. You know, like get really good at one, but like knowing how to bounce between the two has always been like a ideal way to go.
hmm Yeah, I've seen people who work with watercolors. And it's like I don't know how you guys are doing that.
You know, I think watercolors was the first thing I attempted. I had a little portable kit thing that was really cool. And so it made it like, I don't know, it gave me 6 color options. And I think that's what helped me color faster than like looking at a spectrum and being like, okay, I got to choose and do the tones and shading. Coloring is a lot for me. I don't know. My brain hasn't processed that yet.
That's probably one of the harder processes. It can be really fun, but it definitely is difficult to just get something really nice without testing it out a couple times.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about it too. Like, I need to enter that realm and just like get messy with it a little bit. I think I think I probably would have started coloring a lot sooner, but once I decided this was a black and white book, I kind of did that as safety more than anything else, probably.
I can
Hey,
get
Brandon,
that.
I got a question for you. What is the white ink you use in your stars?
Oh, dude, it's
have
the
it?
one that you sent me. Yeah, it's downstairs. Let me go grab it.
Hold on.
Yeah. Child, oh my god, you scared me, dude. You're just like standing in the middle of the stairs for like no reason. Like, yeah, acrylic ink, I think is what it says.
This stuff?
Opaque white. Let me see. I'm running back
Yeah.
upstairs now.
Okay.
Almost there. And now we're back.
I already gave you advice. Okay.
Yeah,
looks
this
good.
stuff.
So I was curious if you used something different. So.
Oh yeah, so check out the page I wrapped up this week. I didn't even show you guys at all. So yeah, that's where I used that white. It was pretty sick.
Oh, wow.
And here are the panels I did. Yeah, it's like the last of this like stoner book I'm doing, the Stone Wars, which is ridiculous. It's like the most ridiculous concept. I just had to find something fun to draw, and then it turned into this whole thing. So now I'm doing this. This is the last page, and this is based on Darth Chala, and so it's really based after my cat T'Challa. Rise. And so it's like it's just gonna be him with some chains. And so I'm breaking up the panels here, and I think I'm gonna do text. So I think I'm gonna write a story out, and then this will be the last thing. And then I have a preview. I'll probably show you guys next show the layout of the book because it's all on my iPad right now, where I'm formatting it and just like wrapping up some stuff. I just did like an intro page and everything on there. But yeah. I based everything off of my cats, because they're basically my coworkers, and so they're my inspiration. And T'Challa, he's my main guy, and he's named T'Challa because like it was either he was gonna die by getting run over by cars, or we had to save him. So like he was just dramatic from the beginning. But we ran and saved him, and I'm googling like, what do you do with the cat you just like rescued and whatnot? And it was Jack Kirby's birthday, August 28th, I believe.
28th.
And 28th, yeah. And when I was like opening up my phone, like, you know, your brain instantly goes to Instagram because we're all corrupted by now. And Chadwick Boseman had just passed away, and then I had this little black kitten in front of me, and I was just like, it's Jack Kirby's birthday. Like Chadwick, just like I wanted to cry, but then I was like, you're here, dude. and so T'Challa became his name. And he is like the king of the house. He's ever since Spock passed away, he became God Emperor T'Challa, and he's really taken that to heart.
Well, apparently now he's gone to the dark side. So
Yeah, he's the villain of the book. But let me say hi to the chat here real fast. We have Puma LQ saying hola, ¿cómo estás? Thank you for joining us. Illuminati. I always try to do it, dude. I always try to do it on one take and I can't. What up, y'all? Illuminati. Nabi. That's all I gotta do. I gotta hear it once because I want to say Kenobi. Like that's where I see it. I see Nobi. Too much Star Wars. Angel Pole, hello. Are y'all drawing? Yes. Welcome to this Building live drawing show. And I can start drawing now, which because we've done all the intros. So Lauren, like you've done a lot of work. I noticed. Like, how long have you been putting out work at this point? And do you do cons or anything as well?
Oh gosh. So I'd say I officially really got serious around, I'd say maybe 2017. I've been drawing for a long time, but I really dedicated to comics around that time when I started my first comic, Boxing Bugs. I had did a web comic. I posted it all on Tumblr and a couple other sites like Tapas. And that really got me like confident in actually drawing comic pages. And so after that, I couldn't stop. I've tabled a couple times, but I've never had my comics there. I hadn't printed Boxing Bugs out yet. That's a series I have to return to. But I've tabled at just a few conventions. And really, aside from that, I've just been making like small comics, just small comics every now and then of just different things I'm into, small stories that I like to tell. And the most recent comic I did that was original, it was Tough Luck Chuck, which I released, I'll say about 2023 now. Is a cartoony comic that I made and actually did print with Wellspring, the first physical comic that I've made so far. And that was a real challenge. I had brought on other people for the comic and did a big majority of the rest of the work myself as well. But yeah, like I've really just made small comics and then just trying to venture more into working on a full series that I can, focus on and complete.
Well, that's cool. I like that approach, though. I mean, that's smart to go about it. Like, I mean, everyone says you want to do smaller stuff before you do something epic, and I made that mistake, being like, "That's so true. I believe it." And then I tried to do a big series, and I was like, "This is so hard."
Yeah.
And so when I started drawing, I realized like, oh, I should just do one-page stories, and so that's where all this came from. I was just doing one-pagers to be like, at least it's done. If I want to stop now, I can stop now. But yeah, that's really cool. I love like your approach with some of that, because like robots and like how you're describing them like as food and just stuff like that. That's so creative, and that's stuff I would never think of. The bug stuff, that's fun. Are you like a bug person? Can you handle bugs? I can't handle bugs. I'm such a wuss. Like cute bugs, of course, but you know what I mean. Like,
see, I love insects. It's certain ones I love, but I really do love insects, and that's what really got me into wanting to make Boxing Bugs. Honestly, getting just really into bees and everything, and then inspiration at the time was like Cuphead had been announced.
oh, cool.
So it's like pair it with like insects. And I love cartoons. I thought I might as well combine it. And then that's when Boxing Bugs started. And honestly, I had made the same mistake as well. Like, if at first it started off as a like small one-shot story, and then I just got a bigger idea for it. So I rebooted it, and then did like the official first issue, which was like, I don't know how I managed, but it was like 39 pages within, I think, about a year and a half, nonstop.
Cool.
So after that, it kind of overwhelmed me, and I ended up putting it on hiatus. But that really got me out of fear of starting comic pages, like the fear of how to format or write scripts. And that was honestly just the kick I needed to get started in just dedicating time to comics and planning out more and get used to the whole format.
Oh, see, that's cool. I think that's a big thing. Is like once you figure out like a formula for like your panels and like the approach, it just gets less daunting every time.
Yeah, now it's like just I know what to do. Just jump straight into it. What's the idea? But I really enjoyed that time on Boxing Bugs.
So what's like the premise of that? I'm curious about it.
So Boxing Bugs, the premise is an ant and a bee joining a boxing competition with much larger insects and having to hold their own against them.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. Oh man. And so it's I'm assuming it's like an all ages like book and whatnot.
Right. Yeah, it's a very, very family friendly comic.
That's adorable. Yeah, I would love to see that like in print. That's pretty great. What region are you from? Like where are you based out of?
Atlanta.
Oh, okay, cool, nice.
Atlanta.
Is that where you are too, Tanner? I forgot where you're
Yeah, I mean outside the city. I'm in Marietta, but you know.
Oh, nice. Yes, surprisingly a big creative hub. I did not know that until like later on.
Because they have like SCAD out there, right? Is that the school that's?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
SCAD and like honestly, like they have I think Neighborhood Comics is in Atlanta. I want to say. And they're a pretty big shop that like works with students and everything. I know. Yeah, so it is Neighborhood Comics. They're really cool. If you guys ever connect with Neighborhood, they do a lot for creators. I have a few friends that like have done projects with the shop and whatnot too.
I hadn't heard of them before. I definitely have to look them up after.
Yeah, let me Google that and make sure I'm giving you the right info.
You're like, never mind, it's all lies.
Yes. Oh, Savannah, Georgia, not Atlanta. But I knew they were in that area. Sorry. How far is Savannah from Atlanta?
Like 6 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, totally the same place. Yeah.
Atlanta's not a monolith, Brandon. Come on.
I mean, I'm from Texas, so like everything is like smaller to me in scale for moving to Virginia. Like I've been so thrown off. You could travel to like 10 states in like 8 hours. In Texas, you like get to Dallas. We just visited my girlfriend's family in Fort Worth, and then they were saying like, oh, like are you going to try to visit Brandon's family and whatnot since you're both going to Texas? And they're like, oh, it's a 10-hour drive. It's a 4 hour. It's quite a flight. So there's no way. It'd be nice one day. Oh, T'Challa's eating. Jeez, T'Challa was in my chair this entire time, so it took me a minute to get started. And sometimes he speaks over, sometimes he doesn't. But really paneling,
lord over you,
dude. He does. He is commander in chief of this house. We bow to him. But paneling, I think that's like the funnest part. We had a really good convo about that on the last Inspired Ink, when I talking to Jesse Lonergan. His paneling has really been inspiring to me, and all these like pages I've been doing, I try to make the paneling as like fun and like exciting as possible for myself. And therefore I've overcomplicated a whole lot for a few pages, definitely. But I think that's like probably the coolest part, is figuring out how you're going to set up your page and the panels for it. Do any of you have like a specific formula you try to use, or a way you try to like push yourself with that?
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, like, part of it is when you're doing a big book, it's a little different because you need to like understand how your paneling changes throughout the book.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So typically there's a baseline of what your panels look like, and that's usually pretty rectilinear. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'm gonna operate on like 3 rows, and then like that's kind of like the baseline of normal storytelling, right? And then when the story changes or there's like a dramatic moment, then you change up your paneling to show something different, right? And it's not always like that, but that's kind of like a good rule of thumb for like storytelling across a whole book. For like a 1 page, you can just kind of go crazy.
I've been reading a lot of Absolute Wonder Woman, and what's the other book that Hayden Sherman's doing? What is it? What was the Batman book that he just did? The 12 issues. It was Peak.
Oh.
Dark Detective. Is that what it was? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, no. I think the graphic novel for it comes out this month. But his layouts are insane.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting because, like, a lot of the times, like, I mean, most of the time, I'm sure he's thinking it through and he's like, what panel will serve the story? But also, there are times where I'm reading the page, I was like, he just tried to make this look as interesting as possible, And so it's like, I don't think he's ever really done like a traditional grid. Like he's throwing in like crazy shapes and stuff, and it's just like, it's almost like the panels serve like the flow of the page more than anything else, and I just think that that's a really interesting approach to it,
This is the artist for Absolute Wonder Woman?
Yeah, Hayden Sherman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been reading that, and yeah, I don't understand how you do that sort of thing. Like with my comic, I'm focusing on a 6-panel grid for the whole thing, and I feel like I've outgrown it, but it was super needed early on to kind of simplify things. So yeah, I read that, and I'm like, how are you even thinking this up and like trying to figure out the flow? And
yeah, I feel like paneling is something that I still need to experiment a bit more with. I'm usually pretty standard with it. I've pushed things a little bit sometimes, but I feel like it's an area that can be hard to visualize sometimes. It's like you just kind of got to test it on the page to see. And like just thinking out the box, like some of these folks, it's like, man, how in the world did you think of this kind of layout? It's kind of crazy. So it's definitely something I think I need to experiment with more.
Reading Mark's books, I really admired how you do your paneling because like it like fits into the book in specific ways. Like you even break up your lettering boxes in a lot of fun ways too, without overcomplicating it. But yeah, Frankie was like a really fun read to check that out for. I think even with my paneling, like when I do these 1-pagers, I think that's the hardest part is just thinking of like what's gonna flow well and make sense without overcomplicating. For like 2 episodes, I was talking about the direction of like 4 panels, and then once I figured it out, that Love and Lasers book, it finally clicked for me. But like sometimes that's like the part I take the longest with is just sitting there trying to figure out, okay, how can I do this? Like, and even this one, like I wanted it to be a giant figure on one side, and then like his chains are like breaking up panels and creating the panels. So the chains are like my gutters. And that's why I was like thinking I might just do text for this. I don't think I'm gonna fill it with like images that might, I don't know. If I try to do something, it'll be real brief for one part. But I kind of shaped them too weird to make it like a decent flow, unless I did something epic. But I'm tight on time now.
Well, if you ever saw Winsor McKay's work, from what the thought process of his stuff was, and all the detail he had in those things.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, Windsor
and
was...
he had to do this comic strip every day for the newspaper. So
yeah, I got a few
back
people
in the day.
I mean, there's like there's so many different ways to approach paneling too, you know, because you've got like the Chris Ware, Jesse Lonergan, like formalist grid, mathematical, like craziness approach, but then you've also just got like people who do really solid compositions, you know, like I would throw like Daniel Warren Johnson in there, I would throw Simone DeMio in there, like just people who know how to compose a shot to tell a story. And it's a totally different type of paneling, you know.
I mean, when you look at like like Will Eisner stuff, Contract with God and things like that, one page is like one panel and whatnot. But it's really nicely done the way it's formatted. You just like admire that those like 3 panels on that page so well.
Yeah, for sure.
When he does like rain and it like drips through and it composes like the gutters and all that, that's always rad.
I mean that's the guy who invented half this shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But that's gonna be interesting. This next project I'm moving to is like 4-page stories, so that'll be when I'm really messing with that part. But I have to do a cover next. I have to pump out a cover like in a week, and I was gonna ask Max if he could color it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It depends on when you send me the cover.
They need it by the 1st. So when do you need it by to color?
And you're live on a podcast, so you better say yes. So
I don't know. Just get it done in a reasonable amount of time, and I can do it. If you give me a Thursday, a Sunday, or a Monday in there, then I can do it.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. I see what you mean. All right, just need a day off.
Yeah.
I'm doing. So now Mark talked me into doing the cover for the LKC Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's gonna go. I think it's gonna.
Are they
be
gonna do? Cover. I saw that, and I heard of it from Brandon here in Minnesota. And are they literally doing every single submission they get?
It sounds like it. They're doing a lot. They're planning
a lot
it
of
for
free
every
comics.
month.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
But like all these shops are getting shop variants too. So Max and I did a story, and it's going to be an exclusive cover at 4 Colored Fantasies. So that's super hype. And so it's just like, okay, so I'm doing a cover for the same book I'm in, so that's great. And I'm going to try to combine something with like the Pillis's story in there, which I think is Cannonball, and Jade is doing The Judge, which is Not Enough Blood, I believe, unless I'm mixing them up. So they're 2 different. I could be wrong. And then me and Max's story, Plants, Love, and Rock and Roll. So I think I'm going to do like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to figure it out. So I'm going to be thinking about this cover for a minute. But I got to start it like no later than Monday, I think.
How fast do you guys usually work on your comic books?
I'm slow. So these guys are the one to answer.
I work fast, but I get nothing done. So
yeah, it really depends on the project, you know, because the truth of it is that like, you know, pretty much everybody's got a full-time job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of times you're just operating off of deadlines of when people need stuff by. And if there's not a deadline, then oftentimes it just goes slow.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I tend to give Max like tight deadlines like by accident. So he's like really fast. He pumped out like 6 pages, like 5 pages in a cover in like I think like 6 days. Like it was like a page a day.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And the only reason that I can do that is because of this show and because of process, you know. like I put out 2 books of my own and a bunch of other short stories, right? And so I know the process I need to do, and I can batch it out given the time. And then this show forces you to draw really quick. So just over having done this for like 2 years, essentially, I've gotten a lot faster.
Oh yeah, that would give some good experience.
Yeah, Max and I we used to try to finish a piece every night. Or like it, and even with me, I didn't know how to draw before I started the show. So like I learned everything on air. And so like I was just trying to figure out stuff and try to be fast. So I've built some speed, which is why I think I could do these compositions and these pages like this. But like I'm still pretty slow because I'm trying to get better. Basically.
We all can't be like Jack Kirby.
Right.
No.
Honestly. 4 pages a day. Whatever, like.
Oh gosh, I don't even know how you do that.
Right? But I guess, process, like, what Max was saying, like knowing the composition and the steps you need to take to make that happen.
And he had an inker that knew him like the back of his hand, who was equally as impressive.
Yeah.
So,
who also probably tightened up some stuff at some moments,
mhm.
But his deadlines were very tight. So they had to come out with a magazine every month, right? Every month.
And he was on multiple titles, I think, too, at that point.
He was, yeah. But the other thing too is that you get paid per page, and he's trying to support a family,
I'm like,
So
Yeah.
if he wants dinner and to pay rent, he's gonna draw 4 pages a day. That's just
don't have much choice at that point.
Nope. And I arguably it's still kind of like that.
Yeah,
The page rates haven't changed. They said like since what, the 80s?
Yeah, something like that. That's what like Steve Bissett or someone says. He's like, that's why I don't do that stuff anymore. He's like, it hasn't changed since I left Swamp Thing or whatever. It was one of those artists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I understand the desire of wanting to do those books, like as a writer or as an artist. But I often question how, like, is it worth the pain? I guess it depends on your passion and your desires. I guess it doesn't lie there for me very much. But like, is it worth the pain to just be your freelancing with these companies to not own anything, and someone's going to use that idea in a video game or on the big screen and nothing will happen? And you see, creators like Peter David, and there's another one, I'm forgetting his name, it starts with a T, but like, people that are in the hospital doing GoFundMes while like Amazon is like making a show out of their characters and nothing gets out. You know what I mean? It baffles me, man.
Now, Brandon, I want you to be honest. If DC offered you Swamp Thing right now, would you say no?
Yeah, you do shit like that. And then you're just like,
Test your moral fortitude.
Yeah, good call. I mean, you called me out.
I think we've all got the one. Like, we've got the one character.
Yeah, hands down.
Or book or title, whatever.
I don't know, I think it'd be like a literal impossibility to pay the bills, though, right? Like, you want to do that, even if it got offered to you. Like, I don't think it's possible to stop everything in your life and be like, I'm gonna be a comic guy now, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
Definitely
it's
not
crazy.
for me. Yeah, I agree.
But here, like, I got a little bit of like insider knowledge when I was at OAX, and I'm gonna try not to mention any names. But there's an artist who does their own books, right? And they had their book through a publishing company, and pretty much just got the advance and like chump change royalties in the range of $2,000 to $5,000 for their book, right? And then time went on, and they finally got the printing rights back for that book, and then it got picked up by another publisher for $50,000 just for printing rights.
Oh,
So, and like that, the $50,000 is real money. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a year's salary, or whatever. And it's really just about the publisher, and then knowing your rights, knowing what rights actually have value, and not to let that stuff go.
there's some creators.
It's
ahead,
somebody doing independent books of their own stories. They're not doing a Swamp Thing, or they're not doing a whatever. Like, it's just their stories, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And I mean, for artists, like, it kind of works out too a little bit, because I mean, they sell their pages. They'll have an art dealer and they'll sell their pages and get like a good chunk with between that and commissions while doing these like, as a writer, I don't think I'd be able to survive, unless I was doing 9 books.
Yeah, like,
at that point.
that's what Tinian does, right? Tinian
Yeah.
does on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has his own production house, right?
Well, and he's
I
doing
mean,
stuff for DC, and he's doing stuff for whoever.
Yeah. Even before like the production house, like he was doing a lot. Like, and when he got that Eisner a couple years ago, he was doing like, I don't know, like 8 books or something. And Batman, like,
I did not know he did Batman until recently.
Yeah, I
he
picked
kinda
up after
splashed.
King.
I would love to do some work for certain titles, like characters and things that I like. But I think as well, it's like it just kind of end up leaning more and focusing more towards just kind of self-created works. I think that's something that I'm kind of more excited to put passion and focus into. Like, I would still love to do some certain things. That would be really fun projects. But I think just like investing a lot more time towards just creator-owned stuff just feels, I don't know, more exciting sometimes.
Yeah, because it's like your idea coming to life on the page, and it's something like you kind of literally create from nothing at that point. When you do these other licensed characters, it's all fan fiction to a certain extent. Like. But I mean, it's not that it wouldn't be fun, but what we were saying about owning your rights, like there's certain authors out there who did that really smart, like that novelist who writes Sarah J. Maas, like she's really smart. She owns all of her stuff. Like, they want to make all these movies and shows of her stuff, but unless she approves it and she gives it the green light, nothing can happen. And I think that's the way you kind of got to do stuff too, so it doesn't get like tampered with. You own it, like you get all the money from it.
Well, that's why J.K. Rowling owns everything.
Yeah.
So.
And that's crazy. I mean, and it's wild because a lot of, people like, controversial now, but like Neil Gaiman, like, was smart with Sandman. Like, he owned it all, and that's why there'd only been the show that had come out from that. But owning all your properties and negotiating and not, budging until you have what you want, it's kind of the way to go. In the long run, it's harder, but it's probably more worth it for you and your finances.
That's why Tom Cruise can come out with all these movies, because he has his own production company.
Oh, true.
I mean, who else would hire him for other film roles? Seriously.
Oh, for real. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to go. I mean, what we were just saying about Tinian and whatnot, like, yeah, no, even him owning his own publishing house, that's doing well, and that's probably what's generating good revenue. And they're on it, dude. They're doing a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I feel like these years have just been the rise, kind of the rise of just creator-owned stuff. Honestly, so much being put out there to contest like mainstream work.
Yeah, literally, like people are just like tired of being taken advantage of, and that's always great. You kind of need that revolution in comics, and I'd rather see 100 publishing houses doing independent works than 20 X-Men titles every Wednesday. But also, like, I don't know, it's one of those things where like COVID was like a really rough and like bad time, but like it got a lot of people to create stuff, and a lot of people are creating comics and doing these things because of that period, having that moment to stop. And it's nice seeing that boom continue to like inspire and grow more creators to show how possible it was to make just art and comics.
I mean, you got these superheroes at DC and Marvel, and you're like, all right, what else could you do with these characters that haven't been done before? You know?
Yeah,
Seriously.
that's another thing too. Like whenever I think about like that's probably the most daunting part of taking on those characters is being like, how can I make this run unique, or how can I
Mhm.
but without having to also like do the trope of like I'm gonna Watchmen this up and like make it dark and gritty because these characters are
Right.
bright and happy, you know. That stuff is cool and I enjoy it, like, you know, for sure. But if that's like it's a trope now. Like it's not as original as it once felt.
Yeah, it's like sometimes we don't want to see the characters suffer. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just need to have a happy book, you know? Like that's kind of why I do these goofy comics, because like two of the books I wrote, like, you know, Fake Your Death and Teenage Babylon, like they're like a little depressing. So I was like, I need something to make me laugh. So I just try to create books that like made me chuckle, you know? And
Mhm.
sometimes you just got to do that. Have that in your arsenal, so you're also in a positive mindset and not just analyzing things in weird ways. I was just watching this interview with Alex Ross because there's a story, if you guys know about it, called like Twilight of the Superheroes that Alan Moore had created a plot for. Where people say
of the gods, right?
Oh, that's like the OG name, like Twilight of the Gods. But Alan Moore's was Twilight of the Superheroes. Is it of the Gods? I could be wrong. You could be totally right. But people were saying like that like that Alex Ross was like created Kingdom Come because of that, and that DC pushed that narrative that like that book wouldn't exist without Alan's, you know, proposal for Twilight. And it was interesting because there's so many differences between the two, where it's just like, yeah, I guess like at first glance, because it's a future version and it's a little darker and all this, but like, I don't know, Alan had weird stuff going on in that book. Like, I think like one of the Mary Marvel, like married her brother, and then
geez.
like
Oh, gosh.
Shazam never grew up and was like addicted to pornography, and like just it's Alan Moore like doing weird stuff. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense, you know? Like, and all the heroes like own their own like segments. It's kind of like sectioned off, where there's like the Land of Steel, and that's like Wonder Woman and Superman's like territory and all this other stuff. It's bizarre. But that deconstructionalist take, it just becomes like, well, everyone's just trying to be Alan Moore, you know? And even when it's not trying to be, people are trying to accuse stuff to be. Like,
Now there's a new Spider-Man coming out soon. In the summer, I think.
yeah.
It's called Brand New Day.
Yeah.
I've seen commercials for it.
I saw the trailer there.
Spider-Man gets hit by a car. That's as much as I know.
There's a screen cap of it. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly have not enjoyed those Tom Holland movies so far. So I'm hoping if when I eventually watch this one, I will enjoy it.
Yeah, I believe I had dropped off after. I think it was the one with Mysterio. I just kind of lost interest after that.
Yeah,
It's like,
all
I
those
don't know
movies
what
kind
they're
of just like
doing.
fried us. Exactly.
I think I kind of
And
just
then
tapped out after was it not Infinity War, but whatever that kind of.
oh,
Guess you say the finale was like that was good. And
oh.
I think that's all I need.
Yeah, I feel that. Like a lot of those we were just like, I can't keep up. You guys are pumping them out too fast. It used to be fun when there was like a summer event, like
Yeah,
but like having to do like 4 summer events, and then it became like the comics pretty much.
yeah.
Like you're like, this is like too much.
Like I gotta watch what before I can understand this movie. Hold on.
Yeah. There's a 12-part TV show I gotta watch. Every episode's 45 minutes. All right, thanks. Thanks.
I
It's
think
like
I
this,
was
I'm like, time.
17 when the first Superman with Christopher Reeve came out. I was 17, yeah, when it first came out. So
Wow,
That's cool.
I need to watch those.
What an
other ones.
experience. I've seen the first one. I haven't watched the other 3. But I need to binge them one day. I know Richard Pryor's in one, and that's why I want to watch it, because it's it. I think it's the 4th
I
one
think
though.
it's
like-
I think it's Superman 2 that is in. I think.
Oh, 2? Okay, that's exciting. I might not make it much past that then. I thought it was the 4th one, and that was like my inspiration. But if it's the 2nd, that's next.
Yeah, with movies, there's no original ideas. Come on, man. They either
think
do
what
remakes of old movies,
Yeah.
I think what
That
I
I'm tired
miss is just standalone movies coming out. Nothing had to be connected to anything. It was just telling its own story.
Well, the Inspired Geek episode I did with Brian McDonald, it was such a good episode. It was my favorite episode ever. And now I'm super hyped because we're like sending voice memos. I'm so hyped. Like he's like one of my storytelling gurus, like nerd out around him. We were saying like, TV shows like MASH and The Twilight Zone and Columbo and whatnot, they were great because it was like you could just watch that one episode and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
We've turned into a culture of where streaming, it doesn't give you a complete story. It's just trying to make you the entire episode could be terrible, but the last 5 minutes like are good enough to make you want to watch the next episode. And it's just trying to keep you binging and streaming instead of like giving you a true story, which is why a lot of shows like don't end well, because they don't know where they're going with the story. They're just trying to get you to the next episode without, and then they try to map out, a 5-season arc out of whatever. And it doesn't work that way. Like when you have a bad first act, you're going to have a bad third act.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And like you could watch, comics, Stan Lee back in the day, any comic could be someone's first comic. Therefore, like they had these one-shot stories that would be gripping and good enough to actually just be like, you can just pick up that one and be set. But now you have to read, whatever series or, 30 issues before or certain events and all this type of stuff. Like,
What else are you gonna do with your time?
That's a good point too,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Just give in, okay?
Just give it-
Well, I'll be better for it.
just conform. Just conform.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, you couldn't say, I draw comic books. You couldn't say that to people. You say, I'm an artist. Okay.
That's true. I was still getting picked on for like liking comics in my upbringing, and not a lot of people remember those days. But like that was a time period where
It's a rookie mistake. You don't tell people that. Keep that a secret.
That's where you messed up.
Just
Nowadays-
repress it down and don't be yourself. No, that's where I grew up.
Yes, the whole idea even feels strange nowadays with just how ingrained it's become with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird because
Yeah.
I mean, like, manga is like, I think the collectorness of it kind of has really hurt a lot of comics in general too. But like, it's manga is so different because it's just part of society. Like it's like a natural part of storytelling. In like Eastern cultures and whatnot, where you have stories about everything and that's just kind of whatever. But here we're just so focused on like the superhero, and I'm like, why? But like the rise of indie comics, I think you're going to start shifting that even more and more in the next like 20 years.
Yeah, I definitely agree because I think that's like an issue that I kind of have with comics. Like I love superheroes, but I feel like sometimes it's just things that's not really outside of that meets my taste. Like I personally like a lot of cartoony stuff. So while I like a superhero read, I don't like every single one of them because I'm just not too into like super gritty stuff all the time. But there's nothing really outside of that for someone like me, except unless you go outside of the country for it. Now that's where that kind of stuff kind of thrives.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's weird how
why do we
depressing
have
it
more
is
of
here.
that?
We're just
So
like such
dark.
a depressing area. Yeah.
In Japan, isn't that the manga, something everybody reads? I mean, it's
Yeah, exactly.
full of all cartoons and anime and
You know, the manga, like you could have one about like a laundromat, and it could be just really compelling, and you're just reading about this laundromat, and there's something peaceful about that too. You know what I mean? Like slice of life stories like were really big at one point too. Like, and these webtoons.
It's like just taking in something kind of slow. It can be nice
Yep.
sometimes.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like sometimes, like I'm not up for like I you know, when I was like a bit more snobby-ish when I was like in college, trying to like read really like dense, complicated things, and I felt like everything I did had to challenge me. But like now I'm just like, nah, I just need to relax, and I just want to like not make myself pass out, but just fall asleep naturally, and not just like because I'm critically thinking reading this novel.
It's a glowing endorsement for what you're consuming. I just like to fall asleep naturally, okay? So this is what I read now. The Alchemist.
It's a good book, actually.
Sorry. Didn't mean to yuck your yum.
Have you read The Alchemist?
I have read The Alchemist, but I was an adult when it happened, and I think that's my mistake.
Oh, jeez.
I read it like 4 years ago. I guess I was really depressed then though. So it's like a really good book for that time period of life change. I don't know if I'd enjoy it.
I'll be honest, I don't remember. It felt very, man, maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. It felt like it was preaching to me, and that maybe I was being resistant to it. Or like the whole time, I'm like, there's just lessons here. I don't know if I want to read a
Maybe
book
you got to
that
reread
teach me
The Alchemist and have a more open mind.
stuff.
Not be so
I'll
negative.
pitch it to the book club I'm in. See if
And
they buy.
not be the Western style. You're gonna write like a the US version of The Alchemist, and it's gonna be all dark and like non-preachy. You're gonna go in a negative direction of it.
Oh man, I don't think so. I'm not qualified. We know that.
No, you're a good writer. I've read some of your
Oh,
stuff.
thanks.
Yeah. I publish you. I get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So you're gonna
like,
make sure
you're-
decent.
That's exactly what you're supposed to say about me.
But yeah, I don't know. And that's like another thing Mark had brought up too was like, we're just like making remake after remake, and I'm so tired of like great animated films being moved to live action. When you're like, man, it's almost insulting to the artist. I feel. I don't know. I take insult for the artist. I feel like, oh, this wasn't good enough, so we're gonna redo it live because, you know what I mean? I don't know. Some of those movies are so good the way they were animated. With classic real animators, and now we're just like crapping on it.
There's some things that just can't really be recaptured in live action form.
Yeah.
I feel like live action, it was like an interesting phenomenon when it first was like coming around, but then it's like it was less about kind of reimagining the film, and it's just we're gonna do this film. It's the same thing, but it just looks worse.
Yes. Yeah. No, honestly.
I think the biggest example at the moment is like How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh,
Because
really?
that's already a fantastic movie. It's like you didn't even change anything. It's just the same movie, but with limited cinematography now.
That's terrible. That's so terrible.
Yeah, but those movies, they aim at little kids, like, kindergarten to third grade or something.
Yeah, they
my
don't
girlfriend
really
still watching.
I mean, it did well.
care that much.
That's the thing though, like even at that, like you should let the kids watch something animated. Like that's just better. I feel like that's more enticing and entertaining for them. And you're just like kind of
when he did his animation, it was for adults. It wasn't for kids, but yeah. How many times can you see Bambi's mother get?
Yeah.
I'm up to like 30 times, and I could.
I was gonna say not enough. If we're being completely honest.
Especially if you have kids too, you're like double watching a film in different formats, and then you're just like, why? Like this is. Are they going to do Little Nemo live action now? Like I'm waiting for that. That's going to be the next one. They did Stitch. Hyper-realistic. Yes. And they kind of get scary after a while. I don't know. I never watched the live action Lion King, but I just knew it was unnecessary. Like,
the one thing I liked about the live action Lion King is that they righted some of the like cultural wrongs with the
really?
Original. Like they focused on an all black cast and things like that, and try to do it a little bit more like they're not just benefiting on other cultures and not actually representing that culture. So that was one thing I did enjoy. With the Lion King video.
And then they turned around and Lilo and Stitch and called CPS on Nani, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, they're not perfect, that's for sure. Take the good and just walk away. Take the win.
It's crazy. Yeah. And I guess, what they're doing with like live action to, I mean, animated to live action, it's what they're doing to comic book movies. It's just like, oh, you're just, I mean, all the Sony movies were just vomit. You know what I mean? That was just, we own these characters and we don't want to give them up. So we're going to make, I never watched any of them. I didn't need to watch any of them.
Morbius
they
was
seem
pretty
so
good.
Morbius. Should really come back to theaters.
It's Morbin time. Come on.
It's Morbin.
Well, you say you have a character, and somebody came to you and said, "Oh, I want to make a Broadway play of your character, and this and that. There's going to be song and dance, and you think that'll ruin everything?"
Destroy everything I've ever done.
I'm going to say yes, and then I'm going to complain about it behind their back. That's my right, I think.
Right.
I know, it's also like one of those things, like especially nowadays, like if they offered you like a large sum of money for your stuff, like would you give that up to be like, I'm I'm going to get out of debt if I take this, but I lose my creation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to pay for a trip to Disneyland with my kids, so I would.
Well, and guess what? We're the creative ones, so we can just make a new one.
Yeah, I was about to say
That's
that
true.
if you bring debt into it, I think I'm taking a
Yeah, that's where like I'd be like, if someone took Teenage Babylon and was like, we're gonna make a Broadway play out of it, but you really can't have a say. And I'm just like, well, how much? And they offer me amount, and I could like clear my debt. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll just cry. Plus, it's just another story. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. You're just years of your life.
Yeah.
It's like when
But
Disney took over Star Wars, George Lucas is like, they ruined it.
Yeah.
You're like, no,
Yeah.
you ruined it.
He got his billions, so.
I like when Jeff gets sassy.
I know, me too.
I don't get sassy. This is just Thursday night, and I've had no help with the kids before and after school, so it's really just nice to talk to adults. So leaning into it.
I get to be free right now with what I get to say, and it feels really nice. Yeah, Star Wars, like the Disney movies, like the guy that started Apollo as a publishing company with me, Alex Batts. We can't talk about Star Wars because he's like a fan of the sequels, and I have like an insane amount of just pure raging hatred for them. That I hate The Last Jedi with like all my heart and soul. Like they destroyed Luke Skywalker
And Han Solo.
and Han Solo and Leia. Like
Spoiler.
she floated back from space. just everything, dude. Like I literally like nothing can anger me more. Like if I had to like be in a situation where I like had to turn into the Hulk, I would just need to think about the Star Wars sequels, and I would just be like raging.
The sequel stuff is really sad because like the first one that they released, it was kind of exciting. It was the first Star Wars film like I ever saw in film or in theaters. I was like, oh, okay. And then the second one happened. It's like, wait, hold on. After that, I didn't bother with the rest, and then I find out that they were all terrible. So it's like, well, that's so dang.
I feel like I do have to thank the Star Wars sequels for why I'm probably as Dune-pilled as I am now. I love those Dune movies. Those Dune movies are great.
Oh, Dune movies are great. Yeah. Those are awesome. I'm not like a Shyamalan, but I am. I do like those Dune movies a lot.
That's my new space opera.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. I can't wait for the Messiah. Have you read the books?
I'm reading the graphic novels first because I know how dense those novels are, and I feel like it'll help me grasp it a little bit better. But
oh yeah,
the graphic novels
are smart. Yeah, they are. I've read the first, like the one that covers like the first half of the first book.
Yeah,
and it's really good, dude. Yeah. It's so much. The book, like the first book, took me like 4 attempts to get through the first 100 pages because it's like, it's really good, and once it clicks, it's great. But like, you're just like, dude, I can't do this. Like this is just insane. And but once you get past a certain point, you literally can't put the book down. Like I finished it so fast after I got past those first 100 pages.
That sounds like my first attempt to read 20,000 Leagues as a kid.
Oh, right? 100%. 100%.
Great book, but extremely hard to get into.
Yeah, then
because all the technical stuff he put in the book.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And like I grew up in like a desert. So like aquatic shit just didn't make sense to me. Like I don't know what half of this stuff is like at all. I'm literally like Anakin Skywalker. Like I hate sand. Like I hate sand so much. Like I'm just from like brown dirt and dust and Like that whole like in like episode 1, where she's like, "If there's a storm coming, Annie, you better get home quick." And it's like that was my life. Like that was me growing up.
Wow.
You hang out with that lady a lot growing up?
Just in my front porch, like.
Mm.
Now living in Virginia, where there's like color and like life and like green and like seasons. Like there's cold, and I hate the cold, but it's better than dust.
Yeah, I should try coming to Georgia. You'll get every season at once.
For reals though, I really want to go to Georgia. I've been trying to for like 3 years for like an event or something, and I might go to Dragon Con this year.
Yeah, it's nice down here. And when the summer comes, it is summer. And be prepared for that, I will say.
Yeah, it's one of those states that it's like right in that location where you like, it's like in that southern region where you're like, oh, this is going to get warm and humid, and it's going to be kind of brutal. Humidity is a thing I had to get used to too, because I'm just from dryness.
Dry heat. Gosh, I
Yeah.
don't think I've experienced just dry heat. Well,
It's
yeah,
kind
no,
of
I haven't.
better because you could like escape the heat by going in shade, you know? Like when it's humid, you can't escape it. It's all brutal.
Just kind of suffer through it.
Yeah.
Anybody have any experience drawing water?
Oh,
Not well.
yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, man, for sure.
You got to study Will Eisner and his stuff.
Coming back into the convo. Yep. Got to go back to Eisner.
I think manga does water really well. The way that they simplify it with like the octagons that just connect, and then you just
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool. But it's a nice little sheet.
Yeah,
That's
it's
too
another
bad.
I don't
one
know
of
about
those-
that.
Probably the most difficult angle of water ever to do, but it's okay. We'll get there. It might be something that I'm gonna have to like do painterly, you know, grab some
Mm-hmm.
white ink and grab some gray wash and then play around with it for like 8 hours until it's right.
It doesn't look too bad.
Can you imagine working for Disney when Walt was alive? And if you want to learn how to animate a deer, they had this big building where they let the animal run and they were sketching each
Did you know they
movement.
still do that?
Hmm.
Really?
Yeah, they still do that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's part of what Animal Kingdom is in Florida. They've got a literal zoo theme park, and then you just go and draw animals.
Brian McDonald on his podcast talks to one of the animators for Zootopia, and there was apparently like a segment where like somebody was just saying it just fell off, and so like one of the main people went to like Africa to like study this animal for like 2 months or whatever.
Yeah,
And they came back. Yeah, they like refilmed a whole section. Like they were like the movements are like this and blah blah blah, and they had to touch up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Which animal?
I usually listen to podcasts.
I don't want to though. You're supposed to tell me.
I will. You know, I'm gonna drop the episode.
Don't give in, Brandon.
It,
No,
it
no, I'm gonna tell
better
you.
it better be labeled with the animal in it, or I'm not gonna find out.
It's crazy because they don't just do it for animals, but they do it for architecture, for design, for the littlest things. They just ship a team out to whatever country, and then they go backpack and learn.
They do it with people too.
Yeah, they do it with people too.
Just letting them out.
Jesus.
Yeah, I found it. All right, cool. Here you go. There you go. Copy link. Dropping that in this chat right now. In fact, I'm gonna drop it in Discord. You're on the Discord, right?
I'm on Discords, yeah, all sorts of them.
Yeah,
I think I'm on that
Discord.
one.
You're in the CWS Discord. The spilled ink. And I'm in Jad. Because you go by Jad. In places. Oh wait, are you? Are you not on the Discord?
No, I'm on it. I probably go by a different.
Joe, you go by Jeff here. You go by Jeff.
Yeah.
There you
There we
go.
go. Oh man, it doesn't say it in the title.
Nope. You gotta listen to the episode.
Let's see.
And
Oh, maybe it's in the long description. Hold on.
Is there a transcript? You could like type in Zootopia and read that section.
Lame. All right. Well, I'll listen to it, I guess.
Yeah, you listen to it. It's a great show. It's a wonderful show. You guys should all listen to that show. Story First podcast. It's like the only podcast I listen to because I don't listen. Do you guys listen to podcasts besides?
Do you listen to this one?
Yes.
I would hope you listen to this one.
I don't listen to my own shows.
Oh.
I listen to just a variety of things. Either long 7-hour videos or a bunch of music.
I just can do music and audiobooks now. I used to be a big podcaster listener. I think it's because I if I'm gonna listen to a conversation, I really want it to be good. And so a lot of stuff I just like I don't enjoy a lot of like podcast. I like conversational podcasts, I think, more than like something scripted, I guess, you know? But then there's just like enough, not a lot, where I'm like, oh, I like every guest. And that keeps me enticed. I'm like a completionist. So if I'm missing one, I'm not gonna do the rest. It's a terrible mindset. Hey Jeff, I have a question for you, Mr. Inker, since you ink everything. So my nib, how come like when I move it in certain directions it like gets stuck or sticks, but when I move it, like is that just like the paper? Is that my nib? Is that like just me?
What are you using?
Why? I
102?
don't even know what this is. Dude.
No, he's probably using a. Oh, I don't know what the hell that is actually.
This
I was
is
gonna
what
say,
Jade told me to get this.
I thought he was going to be using a G nib.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Nibs are fine and all, but you can't really treat them like a pen. You can't be switching directions on them and stuff.
Okay.
I also find that if you don't have the right paper, it's gonna be picking up the paper.
This is like older CWS paper. It's not that great.
Yeah.
This was like the test paper we were using.
Yeah, I mean, you can have some fun with them. And I started inking. I inked for a long time just with like a Hunt 102 because I'm old back then, before the internet. All he had was books about how to ink from Klaus Janson, and that's all he talked about. So that's all I did. But honestly, I don't know. Like the amount of variety you can get out of a nib is pretty closely replicated by like brush pens, like the Tombow that I use all the time. So, and they don't really have some of the issues you have with like changing directions mid-stroke with a nib, or sometimes with the like picking up the paper or gouging the paper and things like that.
Yeah, you know what? When I was talking to people about what materials they were using at OAX, that a nib never came up.
No, nobody uses them anymore.
Which I thought was fascinating, because I was like, I like a nib. It gives you like a really nice fine line. But
yeah, that's why I love it.
Yeah, but everybody just learned how to do fine lines with a brush. Or they'll use a tech pen. I was also super surprised because a ton of them were like, I also hate microns and felt tip liners and stuff like that. People didn't like them. They use like a Pilot G Tech like micro office pen. You know,
Wow.
they find whatever like
Yeah.
office pen is waterproof and gives them the fine line that they want and suits their style, and then they just use that.
There's a really good Daniel Warren Johnson video. Second time he's been brought up today. I feel like he should pay us. Video on Proco where he goes through his materials.
Yes. It's
Just
yeah.
right, and they link it. Just buy all of those. Like it's a very good run through of like how to ink and how to draw and like the tools you need to do whatever you want. Like he's got a really good advice on some pen or some pencil lead that doesn't stick and erases really well, and that was a game changer for me. I bought some of that, and
That's
all
cool.
of my pencils now erase really, really well whenever I have to do corrections. So yeah, and it's a funny video. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's got a really good video on perspective as well.
Yeah, his channel is good.
Yeah, you know, that's why I've been doing a lot with this too. I've been trying to just do a nib just to help like my hand and my steadiness. And I think it's really helped it. I was using nothing but brushes and combos before this though. But I do like the practice of like the dip and the swipe and then you got to clear your nib up and everything. Like I like the ritual of it a whole lot.
It's cathartic for sure.
Guess
Yeah.
what, Brandon? You get to do that with the traditional brush too.
Ooh.
I've been using the brushes too to like that's what I was using for that top part.
Go pick up a Winsor Newton or a Raphael, man. Try
I
it
got
out.
something.
Because a real
That's what I
brush
was-
is totally different than a brush pen.
That's what all the kids
Oh
are
yeah,
doing
yeah.
these days.
I got the Winsor Newton. I got the 111 round.
Series
And
7.
then I don't know. It says 4 on it.
Ugh, throw it away.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
think that's
I
just
know
the brush
nothing about
size.
brushes.
You only use a Series 7 or a Raphael.
What is that stance about? Why?
No, I don't know. It's just
Oh.
whatever you use. Yeah, it's
I-
something about
this-
something
it's
about the
this guy.
hairs on it. It retains its tip and stuff or whatever. You know.
Mm,
This is the guy. This blue guy.
I think actually you just use whatever you can do to work faster. I think that's the real answer.
Yeah.
Do you work faster using that tool? Do you get the image that you want? Great, use it. If you don't, switch your tool. You're using the wrong tool.
I'll tell you what, I've been using this brush. I only use it for ink, and it totally looks like crap. I don't know if you guys can see the bristles.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks like that now. But after you dip it in water, you know, and give it a little bit of round, like it'll start to come together.
Yeah.
And then it's like after a few, like the bristles actually have to absorb the water, and eventually it comes together, and it's like perfect tip. And it's like this. I forget. It was one of those Japanese brushes, but it wasn't that expensive.
Just
And
like a Sumi brush or something.
yeah. The only problem is like there's no spring to it, right? It just goes,
Oh,
Yeah.
and then it'll just stay that way. So you learn how to use that, which is what I've done, just because I don't know. I guess I'm lazy, and I didn't want to buy another brush. But it holds the ink beautifully. It's like the ink will load up all the way to the tip, and so you can use it for a long time as long as your ink's like thin. I don't know, but this brush, I've used a whole bunch of brushes, and it wasn't until I found this brush that I was like, wow, like that's nice. And I don't know, for what it's worth. So if I could figure out what it's called, I'll send you a link.
Jeff, what are you doing?
Oh, I did that masking fluid on this background, and now I'm removing it. So this is an alternative way to do sky or stars.
Yeah, you and Max both have used that, I think. Tell me, my brain couldn't wrap around how that works.
So you have this stuff. It's a watercolor. This is not the original stuff. It's called masking fluid for watercolor. And then you really just use a brush, toothbrush, spray it on, and then wait till it dries. It takes like I mean, I'm safe. I give it like 15 minutes, and then come back over it with ink, and then you wait for that all to dry, and then you can come and wipe it off, and it gives a splatter effect because the masking fluid will prevent the ink from touching the paper. The only tricky part is that not every ink will dry, and so if it doesn't dry on it, you end up with smudges.
You end up
wiping
with
it off.
a floating
But
wet ink blot.
this guy, Deleter Black 4, does not do that.
Have you tried the Deleter White yet, Jeff?
You mean this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't use it for splatter effects because it's a little thick, but I mean I use it for all my white work. Yeah, brush white work.
Okay, because I have it, but I haven't tried it yet. And I've tried Pro White, and Pro White is super thick. And I
super thick. This is thick too, but it's super good with a brush. So, like, if you I did all these lines up here around his sleeve with it, so you get a small little brush, and that stuff, and it lays a thick opaque line.
Okay.
And yeah.
Also, I
was
love
gonna
the
ask
LKC sticker that's on the side.
What's that?
The LKC sticker that's on the side of your table, the pink shiny one.
Oh yeah, I got all sorts of one. I got that one. I got the ones up there.
I printed that pink one. Did you know
Yeah.
that?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
That one's my favorite. I love that one. I always wanted to get a tattoo of the I forget whatever
stamp.
it's called, the old
CCA
Comix
stamp.
code. Yeah, because of how ridiculous it was. But yeah, no, yeah, that one's one of my favorites.
That's funny.
I didn't know you did that. Well, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Don't send me a bill or anything. I can't pay it.
What's a good? So wait, sorry, I was focusing real hard. What's a good white that would go over blacks, like in general? Like if I ink something, because I felt like when I was using this acrylic ink, I was using it with a brush though, so that might have been why. But like
you
maybe I
can
didn't
use
absorb
that.
right.
I haven't done it much, but you can use that because it's that opaque. I told you to buy is technically an airbrush paint.
Okay.
Like you can use it in a lot of things, but you could use it in a dip pen, like what you're showing. Just use it in that, and then it should lay an opaque enough line. Otherwise, this stuff I just show the Deleter White. It's super thick. It's nearly like paint, but if you got a brush or something, it'll lay a good line.
Yeah. You know what I discovered actually inking plants for Brandon is I didn't have my brush near me and I was too lazy to go get it. So I was just dipping this aquash pen into my inkwell. But it just has a little bit of remnant of wash in it, right? And so when I would dip it in and like really let it soak in, I could get like really nice blacks. But if I just like kept using it, then I would get like a faded washy black, you know? And I'd get like a lot of just like random variable grayness to my inks, which was really weird, but like super handy for when you're rendering stuff that's not just strictly black and white.
Yeah. I bought this FW gray ink. I saw some guy on Instagram who uses it instead of gray washes. He uses gray ink and he dilutes it down and puts it in a. See if I got one. Watercolor brush. So you fill it, you dilute this ink down just a little bit, and it's gray by nature with water in a watercolor brush, and then you can use that just as like an ink wash pen. And I've been meaning to try it. Yeah. So it's another way I was just trying to figure stuff out. But the stock comic book page paper is really crappy for ink wash. It's been my problem. So I've been trying to figure out better paper. But
I don't know.
It all costs money. Trial and error and all that stuff is annoying.
I'm excited for the new CWS paper because it's thicker. It's like the I think it's about like 100 and I think this is 100 pound I have right now because it was that early test paper.
You should send me some.
But I think it's 130. It's 130 pound. I haven't gotten the new ones yet.
You should send
So,
all
but
of
I
us
have you on
some.
the list. I should.
Everyone
Guys
here
should
gets
also buy
paper.
some.
No, oh, fine.
It's like $16.
American? Oh, I don't know if I could do that. I got
How much
gas
would
to
that be
buy,
Canadian?
Brandon.
20. Dude, I know. Gas just went up to like 387 where I'm at.
Wow.
It was below $2 like 3 weeks ago.
We don't need to make this political.
So I'm trying smoke letters with a nib, so when I move up sometimes it skips and I try not to splatter my paint. But I've gotten pretty good with the nib. I think the way I was like getting really good with my brush, I'm getting with this too. So it's like cool getting to like a certain comfortability with the tool and then being like, all right, I'm gonna change it up for this next thing.
Yeah. I like I feel like, you're in heavy explore mode with your art, which is like a super fun place to be. And I was
You saying it
always,
sucked?
no, I'm saying like, I'm at this place where like, I don't want to explore anymore because I figured out a couple of things that work and I like just stick with it. And I don't allow myself the time to do that. So I'm a little jealous. And because when I was more exploratory, I was way more anxious about it, and I wasn't like actually
So
trying
anxious
stuff.
about it.
I was trying to get to just like what worked and move on instead of trying to be creative. And I feel like you do a good job of trying to balance that.
Have you tried the parallel pens yet, Brandon?
I have. In fact, I used it the other night on something for the last page I used. And I just have to be caught. I need to play with them more. I dig it and I like the effect on some stuff. I just don't have like a consistent use for it.
Not sure.
I think it's cool what like people could do like Tony McMillan with just using that. I'm a lot about like my thin lines right now, I think. The way that works with like my movements, and I always end up messing up stuff with that parallel pen.
Those pens that draw like straight lines, but like also like really thick. Yeah. Illinabi's got some.
Yeah, they're these guys. They've got a really broad, flat nib. Yeah.
No, are they a pain? Are they a pain to clean or load with ink?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I think that's why I don't ever bother. Because again, this is like the curmudgeon in me. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Well, it's just like a nib, right? You're gonna tear your paper up, right? And then you have to. I lost all mine, but you take a little black like film strip essentially, and then you slide that through the nib to clear out all the paper and stuff. And I'll just when I was using these, I would literally just take my thumbnail and pry through and then swipe, and then you can clean shit out. But yeah, and then I've got a refillable. Oh, I don't actually know. No, this one is just a cart, but I do have refillable things for these too. So you can put your own ink in them instead of doing a pen cartridge. But they're fun. You know, I had probably about 6 months where I used them exclusively, and then said I'm good now.
My only issue with this nib is I feel like lately, and honestly, it's only like been lately that I've been like going back to the gym, but I feel like my hand is like cramping up with it, and I want like a bigger handle, like the way I'm holding it. I don't know.
Do what Finch does. He just wraps a bunch of tape on it.
I think I might, dude. Yeah. Because like this felt like really bulky at first, and then the more I use it, I'm just like, no, I need it. Like,
yeah, that's why I use this Fat Boy pencil. It's the same thing. So I don't have to like pinch so much.
Oh yeah.
Big Fat Boy.
Be careful. T'Challa, dude, I'm holding T'Challa with my right hand, and I'm trying to like ink with my left, and it's really hard.
Another thing you can do, Brandon, I'll have to show you in a second. I'm away from my desk, but you can get those thicker lead pencil holders. Come kind of thicker, like handled. And what you can do with some of your nibs, if you usually will fit right in them. And I'll show you the one I got. But if they don't fit because they're too small, you can just tape up the nib to make them fit.
Dude, yeah, send me
I'll show you
some.
the one I got.
Are you telling me to
I
go
bought
buy it, or are you gonna send it to me?
Oh, I'm gonna show you the one I got, but like
Oh.
I bought
My
some
birthday's like in
here.
2 weeks. You should just send me some.
I should. Honestly, I was thinking I might just send you this one because I never use it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah.
See, then I'll cherish it forever. I'll be like, this was Jeff's.
All right. Yeah, I bought this guy right here, and it's essentially just a pencil holder. I forget. So you just
Oh, see, like that would be great. That'd be fun.
you push it up, but like this is most nibs won't fit in there, but some if you don't, like you can see with here, I just taped the nib up, and then it holds it, and then it's
That's
more of
sick.
like a whited thing. So this wasn't much. It was not too cheap. It's more of a. Or not
That's
too
the cool thing about a lot of these art supplies. Like once you get it, you're pretty much set. Like, dude, I only buy ink cartridges for my Pilot, and people say they replace it every few months. I've never replaced mine. And I've only used that for a long time. But this guy, my little, where's he at? Oh, the camera's on. Just your standard little Pilot, dude. This dude, little brush.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah,
replace them every few months. I've always just used the one.
I just had to replace mine the other day. It takes a while, yeah.
I
like the
don't know
blue
if they
one, though.
make them anymore, but remember the rapidographs?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Max
Do
knows
they
more
make
about
them
those probably.
anymore? I haven't seen them lately.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They do?
But
They're-
it's the same deal where, you know, if you like that line quality, that's great, but you need like a jewelry cleaner in order to clean it.
Oh,
Because I know Robert Crumb used to use that all the time in his sketchbook.
That was your only option for a while, you know.
oh wow.
If you wanted like essentially the equivalent of a micron, they didn't exist. So you had a rapidograph, and you would spend 2 hours cleaning it before you even used
I
it.
know.
Oh gosh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did it say? Never mind. It totally left me right when I opened my mouth. I was thinking about that, and then it just totally left me. Sorry.
Just don't let it happen again.
You're the host. You're better than this.
I only very
Dude, that's-
briefly had like only briefly practiced like with ink pens. I never really committed too much to it because like, oh man, this is kind of hard. It's a lot harder to get stuff to look nice with it. So I never played around that much with it.
I feel you. Like I have a digital brush that I slightly customized, and it gives me like the perfect stroke I want, and I'm just like, I'm always chasing that. I really do like I enjoy doing digital now. It took me like 3 months to kind of adjust to it, but I use Procreate. It looks like you're using a cool program. Are you using clip art or
Clip Studio.
yeah, Clip Studio? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing around with Procreate too as well. It's a pretty cool program.
It's kind of fun because like when you get used to like a digital program and you start getting like different things and tools, you still have a million things to play with, and that's what's fun about, I guess, just art, just experimenting with all the stuff. Although digitally, I like will buy packs of stuff when they're on sale for Black Friday for pretty cheap.
Mhm.
And so I bought this like pack this last Black Friday, and it had so many packages. Like I'm overwhelmed. It even takes my iPad a moment to load them sometimes, and I'm like, God, this was like too much.
Yeah, that's the thing with like dealing with brushes digitally. I have so many on this program you wouldn't believe, but I only default to like 3 of them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, literally. I use like 2 brushes on the entire thing and like half tones. And that's about it. Like I really didn't need the majority of this.
Getting the rest, it's like,
Yeah.
what if? You know, maybe I can try it out. Maybe.
Yeah, one day. Yeah. I guess for whatever project gives you the opportunity to use it, or like you want to challenge yourself and be like, I'm gonna switch it up this week. Like,
Yeah, that's basically what I did with this one. This is a brush I hadn't used until I started doing this. It's like, oh, let's see what kind of feel it gives us.
and that's really how you start figuring out like a lot of what people call style is like, oh, it's just the tool I'm using and how I'm using it that week. Once I realized like style was just like whatever came out and not like a forced thing, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. Do you try to put like, you do have like a very nice like clean style, like do you focus on keeping a consistency or are you always trying to push yourself?
I do like to try to experiment with the next thing that I take on, but I generally just prefer like really clean work. I'm very particular of how I like things to look, so I just kind of experiment, but usually keep the clean look. I've always really liked the clean, pristine kind of style, so I try to do that, but I switch it up every now and then.
That's really cool. I wish I could be a little cleaner with my stuff. That's something I want to practice at.
I'll tell you, the more clean you get, the more time it takes.
Honestly, I'm always feel like I'm adding more. Like, yeah. I'm just gonna toss a bunch of lines right here.
A rough look is kind of refreshing. But it's fun.
I feel like
It's fun to get.
What's up? I feel like that's what I struggle with I go back and forth with my art a lot because like I'll try and like slow down and like do things really cleanly, and I honestly don't like how it looks. But then like when I just push out like a messy sketch, I'm like, no, that's how I'm supposed to be drawing, and it's like it's like a push and pull with like, damn, like, do I just draw messy because I think it looks better, or do I?
The inner critic always just being like, but this, or but this, but this, like.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes where I'm just like, I look at what I did, I'm like, I probably should have stopped a while ago, like, but it's good, it works.
And sometimes you just gotta do what you can and just move on.
Yeah, literally. I think that's the big part, is knowing when to move on, or like how much time to put into something.
Yeah, because I know I'm very particular with how I want my art to look. So there's times I can just get caught up in fixing one tiny thing over and over, and it's like, all right, I just gotta let it go.
I think that's the one thing why I've really pushed traditional to be like, whatever comes out, or else I know I will be erasing and editing. And now that I've got this mindset, I'm just like, just move on. Like, you'll be good. Like, we'll figure it out. And this is all stuff for me that's like really small and whatnot too. But like, still just trying to understand, like, okay, you can't kill yourself for this. Like, this is what's happening, and that's what happened with it. Just do more.
That's my fear with traditional art. It's like, no, I can't go back.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was like, oh, my camera's not even where I'm drawing either. Even when I was going back to like traditional, I would do like my finger tap to like get my eraser or like go to the side to like undo and whatnot.
Yeah, I feel like that's another thing that, like, with the process that I tend to gravitate towards is like, I like to draw in ink.
See, that's cool.
But like, no, but like that's where like the duality of it comes in, because like if I don't make a conscious effort to just commit to like the flow of it, like that's where it like my art kind of tends to stagnate. But then there's times where I just do like a bullshit little doodle, and I'm drawing in ink, and I'm like, this is how I want it to look all the time. Like it's just like the commitment. It's like the commitment to it. But
I messed up these chains already. I was saving for these chains for that so long.
Usually, you know, a famous artist, you're like, oh man, if I get the materials and the brushes that he used, maybe I can be just like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, you realize none of that actually matters. It's just about you.
Yeah, no, literally. Like you should be able to just pick up a ballpoint pen and do it like a sketch you're happy with, you know? I think that's a
But,
big
you
part
know,
though. Like
when you're a young kid, you don't know better, so you're like, oh man, if I get the same material, you know.
Oh, 100%. Like being a musician, it's the same way. Like, oh, I should get that pedal and I should get that, you know, that guitar and I should get this and that way I'll sound like that and like that amp and it has to be that one because I want that exact sound and you get it and you're like,
Right.
It doesn't sound like that though. Like it's really Les Claypool, the bassist for Primus, he was saying, he's like, you know, I would try to replicate all this stuff and I realized like it's not in the equipment, it's in your attack. Like it's in your unique hand and your what you're putting out there. So how you attack stuff is going to be different than how like, you know, anybody else does. So having different approaches and like speed and pressure and like all that like makes every difference to what's coming out. That's where that uniqueness comes from. We can play the same techniques and all that, but like same notes, but the attack is going to make it vary from tones. Which is why I love learning about tools and experimenting with them, but then like figuring out what works with how I draw. That's really what you're chasing is not what tool makes this artist great, but what tool like works well for what I do. Yeah, Mark figured that out. Like, and I think that was really cool when you're telling me about like what you use. How did you like? Oh, dude, what the fuck? Oh, why?
I gotta say that skateboard is looking pretty sick.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's looking amazing. That's what kind of paints are you using?
Yeah,
Hobbs.
I would like to know more about all that.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I just use golden acrylic mostly, and the reason I'm using this is because they make airbrush paints, and on my comics that I do, I usually do the backgrounds with airbrush, and so like for the longest time I wanted to like have that synergy, and then of course like I found out that like their airbrush paints aren't very good, so I ended up changing. But that's beside the point. The fluid acrylics. When I first started painting, I would paint with the much more gelatinous acrylics, you know, full bodied or whatever they were, and these are more like model paints, but they work really well. And I found that golden and like Liquitex, all the name brands, I mean, they're all pretty good, but they you know, they're full strength. So when you get like the student grade, you know, you don't have the full strength, and then like you have to end up adding more and more paint, and the opacity is all wrong, and all that stuff. So anyway, so that's all that I'm doing. And then I added, this is gesso. So this is a clear gesso. So I wanted to preserve the color of the yellow. Try, you know, just in case, you know, I wanted to leave any of that exposed. And then if I wanted to go over any of these areas on the brick, I would put the clear gesso over it just so it gives me a little bit of wiggle room instead of just painting straight on. And then that'll make it stick to this. And so far so good. Like this vinyl actually has held the paint on really well. So
I know what gesso is, but can you explain it to everybody else who doesn't know what gesso is? It's definitely not.
Obviously.
I know everything about it.
I went to art school.
He's like, I know the man who made it.
Tell me what gesso is.
So gesso just primer. I honestly don't know what the difference is between gesso and primer. I mean, gesso is the kind of primer that you put on canvas generally. But there's a lot of I don't know, custom toy guys that would do like custom toy paint jobs of Ninja Turtles and whatever. And this is what they were using on their stuff. And then my wife was using this stuff on her artwork as well. And it turns out this is great stuff. So if you're ever, doing anything on plastic that's not like super slick or clay, the clear gesso is really cool. And then the other thing is gouache, the acrylic gouache, because it'll leave a really nice matte look. So if you want to, the only problem that I have with the acrylics is that you'll get that sheen sometimes, and some colors are more shiny than others, which is really annoying. But if you use gouache, like it's all matte. It's a lot like what like animation artists used to use on their like animation cells. But here I am using this, right? Because this is full strength. Gouache ends up being like a watercolor. I don't know. I never really kind of got gouache as well, but when I need that opaque look, that's what I use for that. So,
neat. Yeah, thanks for explaining it.
Thanks for asking.
I'm gonna make a clip out of it.
I wasn't asking, for the record. Again, I know what you're talking
about.
It's the other people that don't know.
Jeff knows the guy who did it all. Or woman. I'm not gonna classify anything. I don't know who made gesso. That's it. Well, I think we're like entering the realms of the last bit of our show, which is always it always takes longer than I realized. I always thought like it was a 5-minute let's all say bye to everybody, but it turns out like it's like a 10-minute departure. It's like a Mexican goodbye. It takes a good 30 minutes. But let's do some roundtables on what we've been doing, because this 2 hours flew by for me. I honestly, Lauren, thank you so much for coming on the show. Like you were a blast to talk to. This was so great.
Yeah, I had fun. I really enjoyed hearing everybody and talking.
Yeah, why don't you show us what you worked on?
All right, so this is the makings of just a little ref sheet for this guy. Just about ready to enter the coloring phase after finishing up the head turnarounds, but yeah, this will be our big fridge man.
I love that. I love that so much.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Figuring out the colors is going to be fun.
Do you have any shout outs? Anything you want to tell people to look into? Anything you have going on right now? Any events or anything?
At the moment, I just shout out the project that I'm working on, Sweet Paradise. Folks can support me on my Patreon for it, and I've been posting character bios and stuff if you want to learn more about it. And just, check out the project, see if you're interested, and appreciate support towards it and getting it made.
Love it so much. And if are you in the CWS Discord? I don't recall.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are. Okay, cool. I think your name is different. Maybe that's why I didn't find you. But yeah, super hyped that you're in there. I think that's how you got the link to the show and everything too, which is super exciting. So definitely share your stuff in there as much as you want. I'd love to see the progress on this.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Well, thank you so much. I'm really hyped that you came on. More than welcome to come on any other night. It's really great having good conversations with you. It's always great having a guest and having a good conversation because it just takes so much anxiety off of me. That's why we have all these repeat people. It's always like, all right, cool. I know it's going to be a good time. Like Mark, dude, you worked on a new project today. What'd you show us the progress you did?
I was just doing the lettering on the bottom here. So.
Oh, how cool, man. Working straight out of a notebook. I love that so much, dude. Like that is...
Well, because Saturday is my birthday, so I probably will take this to
happy birthday.
Oh,
thanks. I'll probably take this to Applebee's and,
there you go.
And I love when the waitress or the waiter comes over and goes, "Oh, I love it. Have you been doing this long?
Oh, dude, happy birthday, man. My girlfriend's birthday is on Sunday, actually. So that's super cool. It'll be a good
Yeah, I
weekend of
turned
celebration.
63. So,
Oh, awesome.
There you go.
Dude, happy
Nice.
birthday, man. Super glad you spent your Thursday night with us then.
well, I
To
love
lead into
coming
that.
on because I can get to talk to. I can't talk to my co-workers because they're all girls who are not really interested in the comic stuff.
There you
So
go. Yeah.
when I get on here, I can talk to people that know comic book history and, new people that come on that want to learn more. So
Yeah. Love
It's
that,
always
man.
good
Makes me
for
so
me.
happy. It's always a blast
So-
having you on. I think you're on next week too, which is exciting. So that'll be great.
yeah.
But awesome,
Okay.
man. Super hyped to hear all that. And let's see, Jeff, dude, you made some progress yourself. I saw you switching pages, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not done with this one, but
Well, you almost
wanted
made
to move
progress.
I made some progress. I did a whole panel in 2 hours. So, but yeah. So just working on Finding Kismet. We're gonna have that up in June. I guarantee it. You can find me on Instagram mostly at Jad_inks. And just because I want to be cool too, I'm starting a podcast with Ilanabi and another friend of ours, Bottomless Coffin, on Instagram, and it's just a comic book review podcast. So we got a couple episodes in the hopper. We'll be putting those out soon. So keep a lookout for that too on my socials.
Love that, dude. Great stuff, man. It's always super cool seeing you work, man. I admire your inking a lot, and you give me a lot of advice. So thank you for that always. Great stuff, man. Hell yeah. Dude, yeah, and all the links from the everyone's links are in the episode description, so you can find everyone on Instagram that is on the show. We also have a Discord QR code on the screen right now as well. Tanner, my dude, what'd you work on today? Let's see how that came out.
So I still need to color it digitally. I didn't feel like going through that whole process, but
I feel
yeah,
that.
little Choso with the Blossom and the Gengar, and then I did like this quick little peace sign thing once I finished with that. So.
Oh, cool, dude. Good time.
Yeah, I draw too fast for my own good, but like I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. I'm trying to work on pacing myself.
I think it's always interesting trying to find your flow. You know what I mean? Like knowing when you need to draw fast and what that looks like, and what it looks like when you take your time. I'm in that same state where I'm just like, should I rush this or should I just like really see if I can make it good? But then I had too much detail sometimes of that. So sometimes rushing is good. But cool, man. Love it. Let's bounce over to Hobbs and the progress he made. You got almost a head done.
Almost. I got half a head. I think I'm slowing down because last time I got a full head.
Yeah, exactly.
I
It's a
already
bigger
talked
head
about.
though.
Yeah, I'm half a head ahead. So, but I do make comics. Just I've been working on this skateboard, but this is my next page or my first page of my chapter 6 of Fuzz Bouquet, which is what I'm hoping to get back to as soon as this project is over. So
that's awesome.
One of these days, I'm hoping by April I'll be getting back to that. And next week hopefully this will be finished. A 4-Color Fantasies fundraiser for literacy. If you're interested, please check out their Facebook. Please check out their Instagram. You can call them. You can message them on Facebook to get your bids in. They usually have a lot of pros that donate sketch covers. So please check that out. And I'll be at Culpeper Con next Saturday.
Where's that?
That's in Culpeper, Virginia. Central Virginia ish.
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah. So their library does a con every year, and you can't sell anything, so it's more of kind of just you go, you hang out, you meet people. But Yeah, that'll be fun.
I was like, thanks for telling me, but yeah, that's cool.
Well, if you're not busy, let me know.
Is it next Saturday?
Yeah, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday.
What is that Saturday? Is that the week of is that April entering?
No, I think that's the last weekend in
Is
March.
it week of March? Okay.
So
No, I can't do that. I need to work on that cover. Never mind. I shouldn't be upset.
Well, if you change your mind, let me know.
Then yeah, I'll probably just go with you. Dude, Hobbs, always a blast. Thank you so much, man. And are you doing Free Comic Book Day at 4 Color? Am I remembering that right?
I'm doing Free Comic Book Day at the Front Royal. Was it Main Street Geek?
Oh, nice.
So they're doing an event. If they haven't reached out to you, they probably will soon. They're doing an event where they're taking that kind of gallery space and using that as a place to host multiple creators and such. So yeah, I will. If they haven't told you anything, I mean, I imagine they will soon, because he was still in the formative stages of figuring everything out. So
I'm going to be at 4 Color for Free Comic Book Day, but
never mind.
I got to do an event with Major. I got to pick up my page. When you go, we got to connect, because they haven't a cover of mine. I got to get back, and I just haven't gone over. And they wanted me for an event last summer, and we were down, but I had to bail because I was sick, and I didn't know what I was sick with, and I had COVID. I found out because it was after work tour, and I never talked to them after again. I feel like they're upset at me. I got to mend that bridge.
Oh, well, that's possible too.
Yeah, that could be it. I will find out. I got to hit them up and break bread. But you're amazing, Hobbs. Thank you, and we'll get you back on hopefully next week.
Yeah, I'll be working on my last guy.
And Max, dude, this fish is insane.
Yeah. I'm scared on this one to render this. So
Yeah, this is beautiful.
We'll
Those panels are fun.
yeah, it's the life of a salmon, man. Fascinating.
Dude, I love seeing your fish projects.
You're born, you go out to the ocean, you grow strong, you come back, fight in the river, have babies, and die. That's your life.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is your circle. Dude, awesome. Anything you want to promote real fast?
Yeah. Go buy Gag. It's like $3 on murderofmagpies.org. And it's a 60-page old school fanzine with interviews, with art, with comics. It's got all sorts of stuff from Sean Crystal, Eli, Matt Emmons, all sorts of stuff in here. And this is issue 1. Issue 2 is also going to be coming out soon, and deadlines are coming up. March 31st is the deadline to submit to that. Whether you want to do reviews, art, comics, whatever. So go to my Instagram.
Love it, dude. I'm gonna promote more of Max's stuff with my stuff right now too, because Max did some stuff for me. Dude, always a blast, Max, and we'll connect more this coming week about these projects, and I need your help on this cover. But dude, always a blast. And for me, I just inked, kind of like outlined. I worked on this face and did that. So pretty cool, pretty hyped about how this is shaping. I started doing the chains. I was kind of dreading them. But a lot of this is probably going to get blacked out too. So we'll see how that goes. But that's all I did today. I kind of just really focused on getting these lines kind of clean. And it was a lot of fun. I did that little medallion thing. So yeah, cool stuff. Hyped. Also, I got the cover in for Teenage Babylon, and Max is my letterer for that. So I just want to show that off because it's all colored up. And Christian Lee drew and colored this. So pretty excited for this to start coming out later this year.
Oh, wow.
Super hyped. What else do I got? Also, the new CWS website, there's gonna be some cool updates with that in the next week. I think we'll hear something about it this weekend. And it's gonna be so much easier to order and operate and navigate stuff. I'm so excited for this upgrade that we desperately needed. But other than that, Inspired Inc. Monday night, we got Adam Lema and Manny Gomez coming on, 2 great friends. talk about Relic Hunter 2, some Cosmic Lion stuff, and we always do good film and movie and music talks with those guys. And then the following week is Devin Whitlock. I'm really excited about that because Devin and I have met briefly. I think he's in one of the Apollo anthologies. I don't remember if it's Shadow or Cybersync. But we've worked together briefly, so it'll be great talking to him. And I think I am here for Spilled Ink next week. I'm mixing up my weeks, but the first 2 weeks of April, Max is running the show solo. Sorry, Max.
All right.
Yeah. So happy birthday to Mark. He already took off. But I think that's it. It's all we got. And hit us up in the Discord. It's the best place to hang out with us and to share your work and collaborate. I'll be doing a lot more on that too. And catch Cats Comics and Coffee every Wednesday. Other than that, thank you all for hanging. This was a great night.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.